You know, along the way in a coach's career, there's a lot of folks that you like to thank for getting you through some of the trials and tribulations that you have as a coach, things that interfere with family and things that interfere with work. And I'm an outside individual. I don't teach at the school, and it makes it difficult sometimes. The first gentleman that I would really like to thank was a fellow that helped me out probably the most of anybody in my whole coaching career. It was Bob Burness. Now, a lot of you knew Mr. Burness. He coached football, softball, basketball, and just about any sport that you can think of in Allen Park, many of which was at Cabrini. And Bob and I worked together, and he asked me in 1978 to work with him on girls track. A few years later after that, I ended up taking the track program, and Bob went on to strictly football. He was a wonderful man, and probably he did start my career in high school with track and field and cross country. Secondly, I'd like to thank a state-renowned coach. Most of you know this gentleman. I've known him for over 40 years. He coached my brother at Southgate High School. He coached over at Allen Park High School as well, and he coached at Divine Child. That's Mr. Tony Missett. Now, Tony has been was my mentor for a lot of years. I never told him that. I didn't want him to get a big head. But he's a terrific guy. Loved the kids, and I tried to model myself after him. Next, I'd like to thank a fellow that was a big part of my life, especially the last 20 years. We coached together at Cabrini, and he wasn't a track coach or cross-country coach. He was a longtime softball coach at St. Francis Cabrini, Mr. Steve Kelly. Now, Steve and I have been especially close the last 10 years. He helped me a lot, being a personal friend and confidant. He helped me a lot a few years ago when I lost my wife after 46 years. Great guy, kind of tempered my enthusiasm and my fire in coaching techniques, and was a great guy, and I want to thank Steve. When you go through a program of any kind of sport, you've got people that have to be involved, and the particular individuals I'm talking about are the parents. If you don't have parents' involvement, you're certainly not going to have any kind of a program ever. I'd like to thank the parents at Cabrini. They've been outstanding, many of which I coached, and I coach their children now. I'll probably end up coaching their grandchildren in a few years. But I know some folks that are parents. I've met them in the last 10 years at Allen Park High School as well. Great group of people. I've coached some of them, and I just want to thank the parents wholeheartedly. Both schools are doing a terrific job with their kids. One is standing right out there in front of me now, and I'll probably be talking about his daughter in a little while. You always hear the coaches say, hey, it's all about the kids, and truthfully it really is. Any coach that's been worth his salt that I've known over the last 50 years have been people that just like kids, and I think that that's indicative of any coach, and certainly indicative of the coaches that we have here in this city. We've got Paul Vockler and Lynn Kettlehutt and Chris Gowell over at Cabrini. And these guys are in my sport. They're in the running sports, cross country and track and field. And they're great people, and I've enjoyed them through the years, especially Lynn. I've known Lynn the longest. But they've been outstanding coaches, and they're rival coaches. We're friends before and we're friends after the meet, but we are very good friends and share a lot of conversations and such before and after the meet. So it goes out to those kids, and I'd like just to let you know, I wrote down a few kids that I'm sure I've missed, literally tens of hundreds of kids that have been outstanding the last 30 years. But just let me read you some of the caliber of individuals that we've had in Allen Park High School and in Cabrini High School. First of all, Johnny Henning from Cabrini was the state champion in cross country. Jimmy Hauk, downriver area champion in cross country from Cabrini. Lori Hask Dawson, downriver area champion from Cabrini. Zane Belial, who was the downriver area cross-country champion from Cabrini. From Allen Park High School, the great Jackie Gatus. She was the champion in the mile in the downriver. She was a champion in cross-country in the downriver. She was the state champion in the mile, and she was also the state champion in cross-country. Then we have Eric Brighton, 100-meter champion. That's the fastest guy that I've seen in high school. The fastest runner I've ever seen in high school, and I've seen a lot of them, but they never turned the times that he turned on one special day when I was watching. It was like a 10.6 plus, which was amazing. And we've got a young lady that's participating now from Allen Park. I coached her dad. She's an outstanding athlete, is Sabrina Williams, who's the champion in the downriver in the half mile, mile, and 2 mile. That's the first time that's ever happened. And she's also a 3-time downriver area champion in cross country. That's the first time that's happened too. This year, hopefully if she stays healthy and pays attention to the things her coach tells her to do, she'll be doing good. That's her coach clapping out there. He really knows nothing about the sport. And I'd like to thank my family, my 3 sons, John, Joe, and Jason. And I'd like to really thank probably my biggest supporter in my lifetime was my wife. I was with her for 48 years, and she would absolutely love this. Absolutely love it. I'd like to lastly thank just the community here of Allen Park. It's a great place to live. And I promised my girls that I was going to have their name in my speech, so if you just hold up. This is a cross-country team this year that I want you to pay attention to, and I mean that for Lynn especially. Carolyn Ferriolo, Hannah Berg, Jordan Powell, Allison Surma, Paige Kolchinsky, Aaron Lockhart, Jillian Fenton, Shannon Kitts, Lindsay LaFave, Angela Thompson, and Abigail Burke. Thank you very much. I'm very honored. Enjoy the fair.